Hello, today we're going to talk about one of our dashboards, another critical infrastructure of Atlas. And so, what we've been working on is a multitude of dashboards. Companies like Amazon, Facebook, or Meta, I guess, they have thousands or possibly hundreds of these dashboards, platforms that interact with each other, customer facing interfaces. And so I'll be able to talk about the multitude of, customer facing experiences or dashboards that solve problems. And so one of them is the Atlas Institutional Coordination Dashboard, which is explained as the future of government coordination. So imagine a city preparing for a flood. The Ministry of Environment has a plan. The county government is waiting for funding. An NGO is already on the ground. Researchers have early warning data. Contractors are waiting for permits. Everyone is working, but nobody knows exactly who owns what, where the delays are, or what's preventing progress. That's the problem the Atlas Institutional Coordination Dashboard is built to solve. Instead of scattered spreadsheets, endless meetings, and disconnected systems, we're able to connect or create one intelligent coordination platform where every institution, project, responsibility, and dependency is visible in real time. So, what is the dashboard? So, this is the dashboard I'm talking about, the institutional coordination. So, think of this dashboard as a mission control for governments, NGOs, private organizations, researchers, donors, and communities. It doesn't simply display data, it answers one powerful question: who is responsible for what, with whom, by when, and where are the coordination gaps? We transform coordination into something measurable, transparent, and actionable. The problem it solves. So we'll talk about the large projects that want to be implemented often fail because institutions don't coordinate effectively. We're able to identify four major coordination failures. First, nobody knows who owns an important task. Second, meetings happen, but execution remains invisible. Third, organizations operate on different timelines. Finally, when projects fail, nobody can determine exactly where the process broke down. And so the institutional coordination dashboard brings every organization into a single operational picture. So this is more of a walkthrough. At the top of the dashboard is the system overview. Here, leaders can see the active institutions, the active projects, which are the cross-sector projects, delayed initiatives, unsigned tasks, accountability coverage, coordination risk score. It is essentially the health monitor for an entire national coordination system. Two, we can also see the institutional collaboration network. This is a centerpiece of Atlas, the centerpiece of Atlas, which is a collaboration network. Every circle represents an institution, every connection represents collaboration. Larger circles indicate organizations with greater influence or responsibility. Different colors immediately reveal healthy partnerships, delayed collaborations, blocked relationships, or inactive institutions. Rather than reading hundreds of reports, decision makers instantly understand how institutions are connected. Third, we have the project responsibility matrix. This is one of the most valuable components, which is projects appear on one side, institutions appear on the other. Every intersection shows exactly which organization is responsible, accountable, consulted, informed, funding the work, supplying data, or auditing results. This removes ambiguity and exposes missing owners, overloaded institutions, and duplicated responsibilities. We also have the coordination timeline. Projects don't just need ownership, they need synchronization. Uh, the timeline tracks project phases, milestones, institutional handoffs, dependencies, and delays. Leaders can immediately see whether a project is delayed because of procurement, funding, permit approvals, or another organization waiting to complete its task. We also have the geographic coordination map. This is coordination, which is also geographic. We are able to display every project on an interactive map. Users can identify regions with too many overlapping interventions and regions with no institutional coverage at all. This helps governments allocate resources more effectively. And also, we have the accountability panel. The accountability panel highlights what requires immediate attention. It surfaces overdue commitments, stalled approvals, missing owners, broken dependency chains, and institutions with repeated delivery delays. Instead of waiting for future reports months later, leaders can intervene while problems are still fixable. We have the AI features on the AI gap section. So we go beyond visualization by adding artificial intelligence. The system automatically detects coordination gaps. It identifies duplicated work, isolated organizations, overloaded institutions, and underserved regions. It can even recommend which institution should act next to unblock a project. Atlas can be able to forecast project risks by analyzing reporting frequency, dependency chains, institutional responsiveness, and collaboration history. In the future, it can simulate scenarios such as what happens if funding is delayed, what happens if one organization withdraws, which projects become vulnerable if a permit isn't approved, and through this, we can be able to become more of a system foresight engine rather than merely a dashboard. So we have a real world example with which you can be able to explain this. So imagine Nairobi preparing for flood mitigation. A policymaker opens Atlas. They immediately see 14 active institutions, 5 projects are delayed, 2 critical tasks have no assigned owner. The county engineering office is overloaded. Investor funding is waiting for environmental approval. One high-risk neighborhood has no organization leading intervention. Instead of discovering these issues after disaster strikes, leaders can coordinate solutions effectively or immediately. Why it matters. So the true innovation of Atlas is not just another dashboard, it's making invisible institutional coordination visible. Every dependency becomes traceable, every responsibility becomes measurable, every collaboration becomes transparent. We're able to transform disconnected organizations into a coordinated operating system for society. So more so, the institutional coordination dashboard is not just about displaying projects. It's about ensuring that every promise has an owner, every dependency has visibility, every risk is identified early, and every institution works together towards shared outcomes. And that's the vision behind Atlas, a future where coordination is intelligent, accountable, and proactive. More of a cinematic explanation is as civilizations grow more connected, our greatest challenge is no longer a lack of ideas, it's the ability to coordinate them. Every flood response, every healthcare initiative, every climate action, every infrastructure project, and every public service depends on countless institutions working together. But when responsibility is fragmented, even the best intentions can fail. We can be able to change that by bringing together the governments, researchers, communities, NGOs, investors, and the private sector into one living system of coordination, where every responsibility is visible, every dependency is understood, every commitment is measurable, and every decision is informed by real-time intelligence. This is not just another dashboard. It's a living map of collaboration, a command center for execution, a platform where accountability replaces ambiguity, coordination replaces chaos, and foresight replaces reaction. That's all. I think I'll be able to do a more deep dive insight later on.